All right. Hello, business writing students. This is Michelle. I'm going to make a tutorial video on some common errors that I'm seeing when writing a business letter. So I have pulled this example from Owl Purdue's website on how to write a business letter, formatting what it looks like. And I'm going to run through some of the common errors that I'm seeing so that you can see for yourself what mistakes you might be making. So you have on here, this initially looks like it's formatted very well, date, recipient's address, and sort of this nice paragraph format, all left aligned, meaning right down the left-hand side of the page. There are no indentations at the beginning of the paragraphs. They're all equally over to the left-hand side of the margin, and then a nice closing. There are actually a few minor things that I would have you fix in this letter. So when you look at your address here, this would be who the letter is from. You do not want to abbreviate any of the address. I would even go so far as to say, I would, for formality's sake, type out incorporated. So the company is Sell Your House. That's who's sending out this letter. They are located at 206 North Cell Drive. And right there is one of the most common errors that students are making. They are abbreviating in the address area. You want to make sure that you are spelling out words like street, drive, circle. Okay, so let me take that part away. And I'm going to remove that period first of all, and I'm going to spell out drive. And you say, why? Isn't it easier to just abbreviate? Well, yes, it would be easier to send an email or a memo, but we are going so far as to write a letter because the subject of our letter is more of a formal topic. We also need a written record of our correspondence with whoever we are writing to. And by writing a letter, it kind of says, I think you should print this off. This is an important matter. This letter is serving as your notice. This letter is serving as a legal document of my attempt to communicate with you. Okay. And then here we have the city, Richmond in Virginia. And you notice there's only one comma and it comes after the city. We do not put a comma after the state. And in this case, when you're dealing with state, Virginia, it is okay to abbreviate the state. In fact, please abbreviate the state with its correct abbreviation. Okay, and then you see the zip code. All right, spacing down, you will have then the date that the letter is written. And again, written out March 6, 2009. And then this letter is written to Angela Property. She is located at 220 Corporation Way, Somewhereville in Virginia. And then you see her zip code. Again, one comma after the city. Now, this top part here with the information on who the letter is from and who the letter is to, as well as the date, should be single spaced. Okay, do not double space this portion. So how will I change that? How should I change that if I have word already set to double space? You go into this button here. It has an arrow going up and an arrow going down. That is your line and paragraph spacing. So you can see right now the check mark is by 1.5 spacing. I want to bring it to a single space. Okay, so not double space, not anything in between, but I want to bring it to a single space. That is 1.0. If there still seems to be space after you highlight and do the drop down for a single space, you may have to look further down the drop down and see if you have to remove any space before or after a paragraph. And it will say remove space before paragraph, remove space after paragraph. And you may need to do that depending on what the settings were set at for the last time that word was used. Okay, so I'm going to single space those. So you can definitely see it looks a little bit tighter. But then I'm noticing when I look at this letter that these seem to be a little bit smaller than the rest of the letters in the document. So I'm going to check. I'm going to highlight a little portion and I'm going to look up in Word and I see, oh, this is a 11 size font. Okay, and then I go down here and I notice when I click and highlight down there, I'm at a bigger font. It does make a difference. Visually, you can see that. Okay, so I like to write in a 12 size font. So I'm going to highlight everything again, and I'm going to change it either one of two ways by hitting 12 here or increasing it there to now a size 12 font so that the whole letter looks the same. And then you can see Dear Miss Property, okay? And then a colon, which is very important. We don't do a comma when we're doing a business letter. We do colons now, that's changed. And then you can see the first paragraph starts out with a nice introduction. The body, the second paragraph, and how many you have in the body is where the details of the letter are located. And then the last paragraph is how to contact me. It's a call to action. It says here is what is going to take place next. Here is what I hope is going to take place next after this letter is read. And there are a number of different things you can put in here, such as I will contact you in a week or two, or you can contact me, or please take a look and review our website, our phone number, our email, etc. is this, and you can contact us. You can also put your email and some of your social media information up here in your address. And then you have a nice spacing with a closing, a place to sign. Okay, so this is Lydia's signature here. Once you print that out, you handwrite the signature here. Or if you have a signature already saved, you can put that in. And then the enclosure simply says you should find 2 more documents along with this letter. All right, one more thing I would want to change here is I would check the spacing on these paragraphs because it seems a little pushed together for my taste. So I'd go back up into my line spacing, paragraph spacing, and I would see the body of the letter, the paragraphs are in a single space. I like at least a 1.15 or a 1.5. I don't, double spacing gets to be a little too much spacing. So what you're doing is trying to balance the white space with the writing in the letter. So you can kind of choose, let's see if a 1.5 takes me to an actual second page, and it does. Maybe I can close off some of these spaces just a little bit more, but not too much. And how does that look? Well, visually, might be getting a little too condensed and close together. So I think I will go back and change that to the 1.15 and then take a look how that looks. Okay, not so close together, single spaced, but enough so I can feel some breathing room between the sentences. Okay, warm regards are good. I can space that back out the way it's supposed to be. I might even get another line in there for my signature without having to go to a second page. All right, so you can see everything spelled out, single space. We have a date in there. We've got everything for where the letter is going. This is great because I can take this information and I can transpose that right to the envelope. I have my colon here and then 3 paragraphs. Okay, at a minimum, when you're writing a business letter, there should be 3 paragraphs and then a nice closing. And I'm going to space that warm regards out just a little bit more, and I can see I just make it to 1 page. Okay, so I'm going to save that, and then I'm going to send off this letter. So if you have any questions, please contact me or comment in the section below. Thank you.